welcoming you to this very show. It's called Afro Health, and it is actually our first episode of this very show just down here on TV Africa. And this particular show, we talk health and we talk African health. Of course, the health issues that are affecting the populations just down here in Africa, and a number of them have actually been happening. The diseases that have been affecting Africa, the ones that are actually man-made and the ones that are actually natural, is what we actually discuss on this very show. Of course, just to let you know about health. Health is something that is actually broad, but in this particular thing, we're not looking at the health issues in the different continents. We are particularly looking at the ones that are affecting Africa. And just like as I promised, I have specialists that I'll be actually hosting on this very show, that will be actually featuring on this show. And starting with today, I have one specialist that I should call a nutritionist that we have on this particular set. I would really love to introduce him, but I think it would be better if he actually introduced himself. But of course, don't forget, this will actually be happening just down here on TV Africa every Tuesday and Thursday. You know what I mean? Every Tuesday and Thursday is when Afro Health will actually be happening. My name is Koloth, and it is TV Africa. On set, I have a guest. I know everyone has been actually waiting to really have this. To watch this, and I have one Dr. Molondo on this very show. Doctor, you're welcome, sir. Thank you so much for really showing up, and thank you for really accepting my invite. I know it was on short notice, but when it comes to health, these are some of the things that health is an emergency. Most of the times, it is an emergency, and in this case. How I remember when I first wrote to you, and I was like, I request that you feature on this show. At first you were hesitant, but just because when I mentioned that health is an emergency, you said, okay, cool, we good. Thank you for coming through. Thank you for actually accepting our invite. This is TV Africa, and just behind there is our audience. And thank you for helping other people. I know you're doing great work in the communities down there. I think I've found you in communities, helping with outreaches down there, trying to sensitize people about nutrition.
Actually I had to rush from work.
From work.
And up country.
Up country, moreover.
Yes.
So thank you so much for really accepting the invite and really coming here. This is TV Africa, and this show is actually happening every Tuesday and Thursday. On your screen, and of course online, you just look out for TV Africa on YouTube, look out for TV Africa on Facebook, and look out for my page. It's called Dr. Koloth. You actually just type in DR, and then Koloth is Koloth. That is how you're going to really find me. You can always just bring us or you can always write to us what you really want us to discuss, health-wise. And we will be doing that. Remember, we'll be having different specialists from different fields, but in this case, I really brought one that has some, more info about nutrition. But as we are going to discuss nutrition, I think there is somewhere we just need to start from, Doctor. And it is health. Very many people think when you don't have a disease, you're healthy. Is it so?
Thank you, Paula. That's quite a nice situation.
Yes. How best can a person define health? Because
specifically here in Africa, when they look at with the tiny, one will say that one is not healthy, that one is sick, and when they find my friend Colothia who is thick, this one is healthy. But health is not something that you just look onto someone and say this one is healthy, this one is not. We have a lot of factors that we combine together for one to be healthy. The UN defines health as a complete well-being and not merely the absence of a disease. For a person to be healthy, you have to be physically, socially,
yes,
spiritually,
yes,
and economically.
You mean economically? Wait. let's simply just in 1 minute before we talk about the other aspects of life.
Yes,
I mean of
yes.
health. Economically,
Yes.
You know, in Africa here, the wallet is key. You get it?
Yes.
So a person must be healthy economically for them to really be.
When I say economically,
yes,
I don't mean that you must be that each time you move around you have a 1 million on the back pocket.
Yes.
No, economically is when you can afford that particular thing you need at a particular moment. For example,
yes,
you wake up one day,
yes,
and your wife says, hey, Koloth, we don't have salt.
Yes.
A sacket of salt is around 600 shillings.
But then I cannot afford it.
Yes.
That means I'm not healthy.
You don't have the 600.
Literally, it will cause stress, right?
Yes, you're going to be stressed, and when you're stressed, your mental health is gone. Some of us, when we are stressed, the social impact, you can't socialize properly with people. Hey, you'll meet a friend with whom you are jazzing yesterday, and like, hey, Kolotha, I have my issues. You
really have a lot on your head because
you lack
financial
the 600 shillings
to buy the salt at
home.
And sometimes I know family can cause issues, and it is too much stress when it comes to family. Yeah. If a man outside there really thinks about family and they really cannot help their family, that becomes another problem.
Actually, it's a big problem.
I know, I can imagine.
When you were beginning, you said both natural diseases and man-made diseases.
And man-made diseases, yes.
One will say, oh, so we are also suffering from man-made diseases. And if someone meets you somewhere, will say, give me some of the man-made diseases you were talking about.
Oh.
Yes. And you'll be like, oh, do I even know any? But here, whoa.
Yeah.
War is a man-made disease.
Yeah. Socially, people are not fine because they are worried.
Yes, we moved a lot on borders.
Yep. Yes.
And because you're rushing, you tell this guy, Vuga speed.
Yes.
And somewhere you get an accident. 6 months on a hospital bed. You're now lame. Chances are high you're lame.
I know.
Man-made.
Yes, man-made.
Now, the stress of 6 months.
Yes.
You're renting a house. You're feeding 5 children. You're educating your children, and in these 6 months, chances are very high. By the time you get out of hospital, the landlord is evicting you. The children are no longer going to school.
For even his sake, even a landlord that would evict a person that has been on a hospital bed for that while is not really sympathetic at all.
Yeah. He may not be sympathetic,
yes,
but assuming you're the landlord, this is your source of income.
I would be. This is your source of livelihood. I would take it easy at least.
But not all of us.
Yes.
Yeah. Even just look at this COVID-19 pandemic, the situation we are in. Some landlords are saying, the arcade landlords,
yes,
pay my money. Others are saying, okay, let's go pay. The previous ones pay slowly,
yes,
as we work. But others are saying, I'm only opening your shop. And how much money are we talking about? People are paying rent in dollars, $500 per month, $600 per month. And this person has to look for money of around 6 or 7 months. And they're saying, bring my money. And he has loans in banks.
So we're literally talking about health, and you are trying to mean that health is a complete physical, mental, social, economic well-being, and not just merely the absence of the disease.
Yes.
So it is not about the disease only.
No.
But even other factors.
Yes.
So now just down here in Africa, I think we have a different perception.
Yeah.
You get it? It's only when a person is healthy, when a person is getting malnourished, or that is when they will start saying this person is not healthy.
Yes, actually, even at home in our villages.
Yes.
Not even only in the villages, even here in towns, a child will come back and say, "I have a headache," but when you give him food and he eats, this child is not sick. It was hunger. This child is not sick. it was hunger.
But even hunger brings those.
Yes,
other,
it is.
Other
but I'm trying to tell you that in our homes, we only mind of treating a child's disease when he cannot go and play.
Yeah, in Africa here.
John has not played. That means he's very sick.
Let me tell you one thing. In Africa here, if it is only and only until when the baby until when the baby can no longer play, is when the parents say
a person cannot move.
Cannot move.
Even adults.
Yes, actually, is when a person would say, yes, I am sick, or is when a person would accept that they are sick.
Yes, true.
Is it so?
Yeah.
But is it how it should be?
I'll before I answer that, I would like to ask you. Even the people from the audience will tell us.
Yes.
You advise to change your toothbrush every after 3 months. But if I may ask,
yes.
When did you last change your toothbrush?
I personally do that. Lately, I do that, but it is not one thing that I was used to before. I really.
Do you know that there is a person who only changes his toothbrush
when it's
after
broken?
Not even broken. Yes. After the bristles have all slept.
But does that come back to the economic well-being, or?
It could come back to the economic well-being.
But a toothbrush is cheap.
I told you. Yes. One will say.
Yes.
I have 1,000 shillings.
Yes.
There is buying a new toothbrush,
yet
the one I still have, the bristles are still upright. And getting this 1,000 and buy sauce for home. 1,000 feeds a family in the village.
Yes, that is true. It is true.
What will you do?
Of course. You know where to start from. Sometimes, when it comes to priority, food is priority. Yeah. A toothbrush, you can even just go and get a stick and you see you who are the professionals in this case. Which one of the two is better? Is it the one? Is it the plastic one or the stick?
Both.
You brought the example.
Yes.
Before we even go any further, I know we will be looking at a number of things here and there. But in this case, what is it that you really think is, I
would prefer a plastic toothbrush.
Really?
Personally.
Personally, you?
Yes.
Yes.
Because, one, when you're to use anything, let's say in health, you should consider comfort.
Yes.
And the ease to use a product. Some of us, I don't know, but some of us, you'll find that getting this stick,
yes,
which is actually less than a centimeter in diameter, pushing it to the back teeth may be hard.
But I think, don't you really think these sticks have something that probably maybe the teeth might need, or? Because they are natural. And in this case, we're talking about, Afro health and we're talking about the natural way.
If your teeth need something, they really benefit from something you eat, swallow.
Okay.
Yes. Now, the toothpaste we use, actually, one time I was reading someone was saying that toothpaste is just a cosmetic.
So toothpaste is just a cosmetic?
Someone wrote.
But is it true?
It has medicinal use. Importances.
But I think there is that herbal.
Yes.
I think we would go herbal.
I actually prefer herbal products.
Yes.
Yeah.
Better.
But not, herbal is good, but
not the
we have the
herbals.
underrated ones.
Okay.
Yes, underrated ones. Whereby, in my second year, I had a teacher who said that we have these people who sell herbals.
Yes.
Mostly the aphrodisiacs. Do you know aphrodisiacs?
Okay.
Yeah. Someone gets a product from the pharmacy and adds in his herbs.
Yeah, talk about that. And when we're talking about Afro health here, I think it is one thing that we'll be discussing. There is a lot more of, I don't know, is it counterfeit or what?
Yes.
A person wakes up one day, goes and buys the modern paracetamol. You get it? Mm-hmm. Comes and mixes it with honey. You get it? Honey is a good preservative.
Yes.
You get it?
Yeah.
And then a person puts, writes herbal whatsoever made with honey and what? Is it so?
Aloe vera.
Aloe vera,
honey
mixed with honey.
Yes.
Is it so?
That's what most people are doing, and actually, people do it. People do it because.
How do we go? How do we even save ourselves from this?
You can only save yourself from all this if one, you get this help from licensed herbal practitioners.
Okay.
Not everyone selling a product on the streets
Yes.
is selling something original. You know, some of us hate going to buildings because the products there are expensive.
You know.
And it is.
And yet on the streets, I mean, it
yet
is.
Someone will say this aloe vera gel is 50,000 in a building.
Yes.
On the street, it's 10,000.
What would you opt for if you were me?
Of course, given the financial constraints, one will go for a cheaper one. But we have a saying that cheap products
get to be expensive.
Yeah, are expensive because you're going to use it, but then in the long run, you need a lot of money to treat the counter effects.
This is one thing that that I've just, with the simple conversation we've had so far, one thing that I've realized is that health runs around economy or runs around money. You get it? Which is finances.
Yes.
But my question is, can a person be healthy without money?
Thank you. Actually, now, you can be very healthy.
Without money?
Without or with limited amount of money. Depending on your choices.
How do you mean choices?
Okay, thank you. Now, one of the key elements to being healthy is nutrition.
Now, that is where I wanted to really go, because look, with health, it is about nutrition, and just like down here, like we said, it is Afro health. It's about Africa, and we look at using the foods around us mostly to get to
let's not say using foods, but using the plants.
The plants, actually, you get it? Not every food, but the plants.
Yes.
You get? I mean the plants that have not been manipulated with GMOs and what, but I mean the plants, the original ones.
Yes.
But then these are plants that are getting to be rare lately. You get it?
Yes.
Because there is a lot that has really come in. GMOs have been introduced. A lot has been. I don't know, it's called crossbreeding or what?
And a lot of modernization.
Actually, modern agriculture.
Where you found a forest yesterday, today there is an iron sheet fence.
You get my point. And the building is actually coming up. Now, in this case, before I even ask, if I get back to the other point, a person needs money to get good nutrition. You get it?
Apparently,
obviously, and it is where we are going. It is a trend. But then, before we even go there, how best can a person define nutrition?
Nutrition, in simple terms, nutrition could mean the study of food and how the body uses this food. Yes.
The study of
food.
And how the
body.
That is the simplest way that is the simplest way a person outside
because we are not talking to the elites who have bookshelves at home.
I know.
Yes, we are talking to people. You know, you'll use words and someone will be like, oh, now what does that mean? And I don't want people to open their dictionaries. You talk a word and someone...
Okay, now, for anyone outside there that would really love to best define nutrition, doctor is actually telling us that nutrition is the study of food and how the body utilizes the food. Literally the process through which, you intake the food and until, it gets to be of use to the body.
Right from preparation.
Food,
eating, and how is it eaten? And how is this body going to benefit from this food you've eaten?
That is nutrition.
Yes.
So what is the difference between nutrition and diet?
Now, nutrition is the house.
The house, yes?
Yes. Diet is one of the rooms in the house.
Ah.
Now, diet
Yes.
is, I would say diet is knowing the right food to eat. And the interval of eating this food. For example, when people are sick, they are told eat properly.
Yes, you know.
In local language, lia bulungi. Now, when you're given a lot of, some people go to hospitals and are given a pack of tablets, and you're told drink a lot.
Now, let's fast pause it there. You talk about drinking a lot, and then when you talk about, I think medics should learn one thing. People should, everyone that really writes this medication and these instructions should just make it clear. Please write clearly. Drink a lot of water.
Actually, that's where I was heading to. You're told drink a lot. Actually, I have friends.
Yes.
You find him with 2 liters of beer, with a cannula. Then you tell him, hey, you're from hospital. You're still on medication.
Yes.
Why are you drinking a lot of this beer? And he's like, the doctor told me drink a lot. He didn't specify. So I'm drinking a lot of.
Because no, it is what he feels comfortable with.
Okay, now
at that particular time.
If you're told to drink a lot, exclude all the alcoholic drinks from your.
Must I take the energy drinks?
I'm coming to that.
Okay.
Exclude all the alcoholic drinks. Exclude the energy drinks. Now it's time to go natural.
The water, juices.
Not just water, but safe
water.
Water.
Okay.
One will ask, what is safe water?
By the way, what is safe water? Because I can just go and get water, just put it into a glass as long as it is clear. And I might feel it is safe.
Get your water, clean water.
Yes.
Boil it. Let it cool in a safe environment. Safe environment, it should be covered. There is boiling water, then cockroaches come and fall into this water because it's cooling. Drink a lot of safe drinking water. Juice. Make juice. Blend a lot of things together and drink.
Like what? I think that is where we are going. As we are talking about nutrition, and you talked about diet being a room in the whole in the bigger house. You get it? Yes. Of nutrition. And in this case, we are talking about the diet. The diet is that we really put on. That we really do on a daily basis. What is it that you feel like an individual needs? An individual needs in their diet. You get it? To make sure they are having, I think I want to call it balanced diet.
A balanced diet.
Before we even get there, how would a person define a balanced diet?
Basically, a balanced diet is a meal that contains all the food values that a body needs.
The body needs.
Yes. Now, the food values, we have around 4, which are vitamins, proteins, carbohydrates,
yes,
and lipids or fats.
And
lastly, greens. Yes. So these days we say that when you're serving food, make sure that you're serving the 5 fingers.
5 fingers.
Yes. The 5 fingers where you should have proteins.
Proteins. With proteins, you're talking about meat.
I'll come to that. I'll come to that. Proteins. Carbohydrates.
Yes.
Vitamins.
Yes.
Some fats or lipids.
And
greens.
Okay.
And a drink.
Okay.
And a drink. Now, when we say proteins, in most cases when we are giving examples of proteins, we hint at meat, fish. A kilogram of meat is around
14,000.
Yeah, 14,000.
Yes.
Fish.
That is beef.
Yeah. Reasonable fish.
That one there
is around 25.
25,000.
Yes, but there is a person who earns 5,000 a day. and like to have proteins in their meals. Now, proteins, we have two sources of proteins. Don't bother yourself. We have what we call the animal protein.
The animal proteins, yes, I know about that.
And the plant proteins.
Plant proteins.
We have the plant proteins. Now, what are the sources of plant proteins?
Okay.
We have lots. Beans, soya, granules. And now, granules give you two. Granules give you the proteins and the fats.
Wait.
Yes.
Okay. Does it mean a person that is eating meat is equivalent to a person eating nuts?
Actually, chances are high person who is eating nuts is more. Yes, when you eat meat, you get plenty of these. But if your body is to really gain, it's plant source.
Okay. Yeah, you're now talking.
Yes, the plant source is better than the animal source.
Why?
This because these ones can easily be digested by the human body,
okay,
and easily turned into useful products in the body. The plant source proteins. Now, when you go to plant source proteins, we have cheaper varieties that are actually very good. Some of you hate silverfish. That we call mukene. One of my wives call it omena. You know, in Usoga and Uganda, a wife to your uncle is your wife.
Are you for real? Me, I thought it is your grandmother that is your wife.
Even a wife to your uncle is your wife.
I didn't know about it. So one of them calls it omena.
Yes. Obufuru.
No, but I mean, it is even. You're talking about fat. In this case, we're talking about fat, and I really think protein is about fat, right? Or protein is, and fat are kind of connected.
Yes.
And then you're talking about silverfish, my man.
Yes. Now, remember we said we have two sources of proteins. We have the plant and the animal.
And an animal.
And you can't exclude fish from animals. And silverfish is a fish. Now, when you're eating silverfish, you're eating actually a whole meal. The bones are there. Now, bones are a rich source of calcium. Yes. And calcium is responsible for?
Making the bones strong here and there.
This guy is studied. Yes. So, when we talk about nutrition, don't go far. Some of you will say that my kids hate mukene. Get the powdered one.
It's actually what I use.
Yes.
I think at home my kitchen has a big tin of mukene. I remember I had used it to buy. I bought biscuits from in the tin, and then when the biscuits got done, I went, bought mukene, brought it and blended it, actually put it in the blender, made some powder and then poured it there. So every time I am eating, I just make sure
a spoon.
Yes. Sometimes even in porridge.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the powder in porridge. That is what I do once in a while.
Yeah. Now, so today I really wanted us to discuss a class of foods.
Yeah. What do we need? What do we need in our daily diet?
That we really despise. And this class is called a class of greens and fruits. Greens and fruits.
That's great.
Yeah. You tell someone, you'll ask someone, when did you last eat greens? When did you last eat any green?
Did you know me when I go? Did you know me when I go to a restaurant? I actually just even when they give me greens, I put them aside.
You actually kick them with your fork. Yes, and many people do it. You give someone greens and it's like, then at the end of the day, you're the very person who will be saying, I have constipation, I don't know what I ate. Forgetting that while you were having your food, you ate meat, you ate chapatis, and after the chapatis, you kicked the greens. Greens are a very rich source of a lot of food nutrients that we need. Lots of them. Vitamin A, vitamin C, vitamin E, and all these vitamins play a vital role in our bodies. For example, why should you fall sick and go to hospital to seek vitamin C tablets?
That is one thing that I've always been asking myself. Because look, flu is one of the problems I've actually faced
Yes.
in my whole life when I'm growing. And they've always been recommending vitamin C tablets. But then I find myself getting better when I use lemon, when I use ginger, the natural remedies. But
now, these two, lemon is a rich source of vitamin C.
Yeah, okay.
Ginger.
Ntangawuzi.
Nakati.
Really?
Yes.
Vitamin C in nakati?
Yes.
Okay.
Now,
I didn't know that.
One will say, what are other benefits apart from the vitamins of greens? You have a lot of greens. Cabbages are greens. The nakatis, the pumpkin leaves. Lots of things.
Jovio. Dodo.
Gobe, dodo. Yeah, that one that we call pigweed. We call it pigweed, but a pig is obtaining a lot of nutrients from this. Actually, recent studies show that even the seeds of dodo.
That is what I knew. My grandfather used to collect the seeds of dodo, but then would crush them again.
You either crush them or boil them whole and chew.
Okay. And I'll get to understand. This is a productive one. This is Afro Health. Don't forget, we always live on Tuesday and Thursday, just down here on TV Africa. My name is Koloth. You can always follow me on my social media platforms, and that is Dr. Koloth. As we continue, you talked about vegetables, right?
Yes. And today I would like to concentrate on vegetables.
Why do we? Yes, because you said we talked about the foods that we need in a daily diet. And in this case, you're talking about vegetables, greens, and one. And then I want us to first put some emphasis there. Vegetables. Why are vegetables important?
Why are vegetables important?
In someone's life.
I will say this is $1 million question. Yeah. Now, I already mentioned that there are rich sources of vitamin A, vitamin C, and vitamin E.
Okay.
All these vitamins are vital for our bodies, but they're also a source of an acid. It's called a ferro acid. It's got from when you go to hospital and you're given folic acid.
Folic acid, FeFo1, yeah.
Yes, you're given folic acid.
Yeah.
Now, folic acid can be found in vegetables.
Does that mean, because this is a tablet, I've been to hospitals. I happened to actually escort my friend for the first maternity, for the first antenatal visit. And she was given these tablets.
Yes.
My question is, would a person survive even without these tablets, but then doing a number of greens that really
if you have plenty of greens on your plate?
So you're trying to say, or you're trying to give a recommendation that any pregnant mother outside there that doesn't have access to folic acid should concentrate on the greens around her,
yes,
right?
On the greens around. Jovio, nakati, pumpkin leaves.
Okay.
Yes. One will ask, why do I need even folic acid? It's already an acid.
No, that is what I was going to ask next.
But folic acid is very important for your red blood cells. Each minute, each second, each microsecond, your body is manufacturing red blood cells.
Okay.
And folic acid is responsible for the fast maturing of the red blood cells. And red blood cells are responsible for transporting oxygen throughout your body. And without oxygen, you won't survive. Even when you're breathing in, but you don't have the red blood cells.
Oh, if they are weak and I mean
Yes.
that they are maybe less in number.
Yes.
To make sure your body gets sufficient oxygen.
Yes. Greens are also a rich source of what we call phytochemicals.
Okay.
Now
Talk about phytochemicals.
Phytochemicals.
Chemicals again. You're talking about chemicals
Yeah,
again.
it's a bowel of lots of chemicals that have been together to say phytochemicals, but these are not chemicals that are used to bleach your body. Yeah, these are chemicals that enhance the body's protection against certain diseases, including cancers.
Talk about cancer.
Yeah, so stop taking your
my vegetables
the
off
greens
the plate.
from your plate.
Okay.
Actually, make them your friend.
Please, anyone outside there should make vegetables their friend. Make sure every meal you at least has at least a green bit of it.
Any green.
Any green
Yes.
around it.
Even if it's not green, because some cabbages are white, some cabbages are pink.
Okay.
Yeah. Put them
they
on a
natural?
plate. Yes, they are. These are different varieties. You've seen the different varieties of oranges that are natural.
Yes.
Yeah.
But then there are also those ones that come when an orange is just equivalent to my head.
Without a single seed.
Without a single seed. Now, sometimes I ask myself, how do they plant this? I mean, it doesn't have a seed. How do I even get a copy of it for myself?
Unfortunately, I'm not an agriculturist, but from the little agriculture I did,
yes.
Is it called, you cut a stalk from the parent stalk, then it is put on the natural ones, and it thrives.
No, my question has always been, why doesn't it have seeds? But anyway, that is
the question for an agriculturist.
A question for another day. And
yes.
You were still telling us about the fibers and what and
yes.
what.
Now, greens are responsible for increasing movement of your intestines. Intestines. Yeah. Like I said, I don't want to mention things that will. Now, if I bring in motility,
I know.
bowel, yeah, I want to keep it simple.
Okay.
Now, when you eat your greens, the intestines, what you call the bowel,
yes,
will increase on the speed of movement, and this will help you fight constipation.
Yeah.
Most of you.
There was a time. Actually, I am one of. I've been one of the victims of constipation. But when you talk about greens, I think I should start taking them, and I am sure I would get better.
Yeah,
if I
you will.
started to.
You will. Then one will ask me a question: how do I eat my greens? How do I cook them?
I know, because that was my next question.
Mm.
I think people have different cooking styles.
Yeah.
You get it?
Mm.
People have different cooking styles.
styles.
Now, there are some people that would really boil something until it cannot be boiled anymore.
Mm.
But then there are, because they are, some people call it okubopeza, you know. And then there are those people that will only bring, put and warm and eat.
Serve.
How? Because the one that prepares until it cannot boil anymore will tell you, I am boiling to kill
the germs.
the germs.
Yes.
Now, there is this one that has just warmed.
Mm.
Who is better?
Now, this question, did you know that we have vegetables that we eat raw?
Yes.
Have you eaten any?
There is that thing, I don't know how it is called. I don't know that name. That thing is like a cabbage or what?
It's in the class of cabbage.
Yes, that thing is called what?
Even cabbages themselves.
Yes, I've
we
eaten
eat raw
cabbages. Yeah.
Yes.
Actually, I love them raw.
Sukuma wiki
Are we supposed to eat sukuma
can
wiki
be
raw?
eaten raw.
Okay.
Nakati can be eaten raw.
Okay. Aren't you making us cows now? Huh?
But you're already cows. Yeah. Sometimes I pass Arua Park and I find people with a heap of greens But here, for nakata and sukuma wiki,
yes,
you don't have to pluck from the garden, chop and eat. No. Dip them in warm water.
Okay.
With salt.
Okay.
For some minutes.
Like how many? How many do you recommend?
5 to 10 minutes.
Okay.
In hot water with salt. Then pick it, chop. Put some onion, tomatoes. And
actually, you've reminded me of my grandmother's style of cooking. She covers the food and then brings maybe a banana leaf and then tries to, sieve the warm, folding it with some greens and then puts it on top.
I love my greens steamed.
Actually,
that would be called steaming. Yes, I love my.
Then there's another person that I found. It's only that I found this person got, wrapped everything together and then threw the wrap into a boiling saucepan. Literally, I really want. I don't know if that is also called steaming.
No, steaming is when you cook your food with only steam. Yes, that is why it's called steaming.
Okay.
No, but now, still, even when you wrap, you're preventing direct heat from your food. That's why you're wrapping it and putting it in boiling water. Yeah, it won't matter how you cook your greens.
Okay.
As long as you don't boil them until when they are shreds.
I know.
Some people will boil until when, just a little touch and everything is gone. Leave them with that intact touch of green. Don't overboil.
Okay.
We have then some you can make I'm forgetting how it's called, but you can blend them.
Okay.
Now, I'm talking a lot about.
You're talking about blending. Someone will blend cabbage outside there.
Nakati.
Oh, and take the juice?
Yeah, you can blend nakati.
I've seen someone was taking
pineapple.
Green juice.
Add a pineapple for flavor. Yes, add a pineapple for flavor. Add a lemon.
Okay.
For extra vitamin C.
Okay.
And some honey for sweetening.
Now
and enjoy. Don't sieve.
Aye. What are you talking about?
Don't sieve.
So what is the essence of blending now? I thought you were just picking out the juice and...
You'll have two things at once. You have the juice
and
the greens, yes. Okay. But of course, when you sieve, you realize that when you sieve your juice, you're going to add some more water to increase the quantity. But here, if you don't sieve, you're having all your nutrients intact. Because even the blended leaves, you're going to chew on them.
Hey.
Yes. So you'll have gotten two effects. You've taken the juice, which is good, but also you've taken in all the fibers that have been blended from the mango, from the pineapple, and even from the nakati itself.
How often do I really have to be taking this type of meal? I mean, the juice you're talking about, because they always say too much of anything is also bad.
Yeah.
How often do I and how much intake must I consider in this case?
A glass a day is enough.
A glass a day, does it mean every time I'm getting out of the house in the morning?
You can make it in the morning or before you go to bed. Any time that's really convenient is really good.
Like they normally say that too much of anything is bad. Do these greens also have effects, just in case they are taken or they are eaten in plenty?
Yes, they could have an effect. For example, the pigweed, nakati itself. Imagine, when we say that we must have a balanced diet, let's go back to the 5 fingers. Let's go back to the 5 fingers.
Yes.
Put all these foods in small quantities to benefit your body. Now, if you sit on a plate of nakati because the doctor told you to eat a lot of greens, chances are high you may have a serious diarrhea.
you really feel like you're really trying to mean that even these natural things can I mean are not supposed to be taken like in excess.
In excess, yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Because you're talking about a balanced diet, and in this case, you're trying to you mean it must be a
on your
balanced
plate.
thing.
Put a fruit, maybe one, or you can cut it into.
I don't know if someone outside there is actually getting this particular thing and trying to really understand it in the perspective. I'm really trying to bring it out, but I really just want us to maybe for someone outside there who really want to know what is it that must be on that plate.
One, put. I won't say that put meat, put this, but put a fruit.
Yes, that is one. A fruit.
Some vegetables.
Some vegetables.
Now, your source of carbohydrate. It could be cassava.
Cassava, posho,
matoke, rice, blah, blah.
Class, yes.
Yes. Put a source of protein.
Okay.
Which we said it could be meat.
Or beans.
Beans.
Soya, I mean, nuts.
Yes.
And then peas. Okay.
And
literally cereals, actually.
No, legumes.
Legumes, I mean, not cereals.
Yeah,
legumes.
Legumes.
The ones that have root nodules.
Root nodules and is it dicotyledonous? Yes. Okay. Cereals are monocots.
Yes.
Legumes are
dicots.
Yes. Then a drink.
A drink of which you recommended. There's that green juice that you talked about.
Blend your juice, and if you cannot blend your carrots, blend your passion fruits
for some vitamins.
Yes, add a lemon or beetroot.
Okay.
Yes.
So as we are winding up with the show, I want to first of all ask you this last question. We've talked about. Can we just re-emphasize the reasons, or the 5 reasons as to why a person must, if they are to actually have good health, you get it, must have vegetables, or why I just need 5 reasons as to why vegetables are important in this case.
Oh, reasons why vegetables are important.
Yes.
One,
in nutrition, because nutrition is broad.
Yes.
Diet is broad. But in this case, I really want to know what, particularly is about the vegetables. How, how? I mean, the reasons as to why vegetables are very important is what I really want, and anyone outside there will really want to know that.
One of my colleagues always says vegetables are good because you enjoy a lot of flavors. But
should it be one of the reasons as to why they are important?
He says so. But throughout, I've been mentioning that one.
Yes.
Vegetables are a good source of vitamins.
Okay.
Vitamin A, vitamin C, vitamin E.
Yes.
You won't need to go to a hospital to be given
multivitamins and what?
Yes, because of these vitamins. That actually some people have these greens at the backyard, and each time they call this guy with a slasher. Hey, a lot of bushes at my home, and all this goes.
But talk about that. But let's first finish that. Then I'll bring in this other question. There is a question I really want to ask you there.
Okay. Then, secondly, they are a good source of fibers.
Okay.
And fibers are responsible for the movement
of the intestines.
Yes.
Or for anyone outside there that really understands it, the movement of the bowel.
Then thirdly, I mentioned they are a good source of phytochemicals.
Phytochemicals.
Yes. That are responsible for fighting lots of diseases, including cancers.
Okay. I get you now.
Yes.
I get you now. So because the cancers are rampant now.
Yes.
Lately the cancers are becoming rampant.
A lot.
And I now get the recommendation that we need so much of the vegetables to actually make sure we put this on, at least it should move at least a slow pace.
Yeah.
Yeah. So lastly, there is a problem You are advising people to have greens. You are advising people to just have, but then people are renting. You know, today you're there, tomorrow you're not there. How best can a person, because look, we are talking about even the economy also.
Yes.
In this case. How best?
You know, I always watch some interesting programs on TV.
Yes.
And I realized that people have come up with lots of ideas, creativity, basically in the agriculture section.
Okay.
That even a person who is renting can have a garden of greens at his home.
How?
Kumuzigogwe.
How?
Have you heard of urban agriculture or urban farming?
When you talk about that, I think I get to, you know, when you visit people, you might think a person is really having flowers just in front, like up
in
around
pots,
in pots and tins.
In sacks.
Yes.
Yeah. Get a sack, fill it with
soil and what?
Soil. Then put your greens.
I'm just imagining when you're shifting and then you're carrying your in this area here and then you're carrying your sacks of greens and to just make sure.
Yeah. You know, yes, but I don't think you rent a house today and you shift tomorrow.
No, but now let's look at, you know, the pandemic has just been around. People have been shifting actually. People have been shifting. I don't know if they've been getting permissions from their landlords, but the rate at which people have been shifting is way too different.
Now, I will say, right from the onset of the lockdowns, due to the global pandemic of coronavirus, certain things have changed. But there are people who have been renting in a particular place for close to 5 years.
I know.
And he or she may be shifted because his workplace has been put on a hold and no source of income. So because of this, you know, you're renting somewhere and you know that I may take a long time without shifting.
Okay.
Do some urban farming.
Have the greens at home.
Have the greens, have the tomatoes. Actually, there is a lady, I won't mention her name.
Yes.
I was watching on TV and she says she makes a lot of money from her farm, which is, I think, on 1 acre of land, but she practices basically sack farming.
On 1 acre?
Yes.
Sack farming on 1 acre?
And that's where her home is.
Okay.
And she's growing lots of foods on 1 acre.
Okay. Doctor, thank you for really coming through. Thank you for actually accepting our invite. Your last words to the viewers outside there as we actually wind up this whole episode. This is our first episode of the show. It's called Afro Health, and this will be actually airing on on TV every Tuesday and Thursday, and also streaming on YouTube and Facebook. Don't forget to actually follow me on Facebook. That is at Dr. Koloth. Your last words to the viewers, Doctor.
Our viewers out there, you should know that life or health is really lies in our hands.
Okay.
It's not the government's responsibility to keep your health, though it comes in to restore it. The things that we have at home are really responsible for our health. The greens. Don't wait for your eyes to stop seeing to go to hospitals. Make it a practice to eat a carrot a day.
Are you mocking at me?
No, not you.
Okay.
Yeah, not you, but eat a carrot once a day. Things like red pepper.
Okay.
Really good for your health. For people with ulcers, you know. Make it a habit to live healthy. Make it a habit to eat healthy.
Exercise. Yeah,
exercise. Don't think of going to Mama Gundi's Kafunda to eat chips and chicken and fish. Eat something else. Eat something that will really benefit your body rather than eating what we call junk food.
Okay, that has actually been our first episode of this very show. It's called Afro Health, and of course, we say Afro Health to save Mama Africa. My name is Koloth. Follow me everywhere on social media at Dr. Koloth. See you next time, same station, same day. And of course, we will bring you more about health. Afro Health to save Mama Africa.